Hello, Artsy Peeps. This is Ian DJ, RavenFox13. Welcome to episode 2 of Art Talk. Today's episode will be dealing with different kinds of art materials and tools that I think are must-have. Since 2020, I have gained a few things that I usually use for drawing. So one would be these. So the first one that I got was this Pilot Color Eno 0.07. It's a colored mechanical pencil. This one is red. I have the other colors. They come in blue, green, pink, purple. But I like this the most. And it's actually cheaper than the other mechanical pencil around. It's easy to use. It has this grip. I usually use this whenever I draw. You can use any red pencil, of course. But this one doesn't require sharpening, so it's easier. So I usually use this for sketches like this. Because after you have put it there, whenever you do a wash, or whenever you erase, it's easy to erase. It's actually efficient when you use it. That's why I like this one. And it's cheap. Just don't use the eraser here, because they don't have a refill for that. I just use something else. You can also get this if you want. This has different colors also, but this one is 0.5. It's a Unicoro Toga 0.5 mechanical pencil. Of course, you can use any color of mechanical pencil lead with this, but they has yung Unicolor Color Dia for this. It has also an assortment of colors. A little bit expensive than this one, but it looks nicer, right? So those are the two. Of course, if you're using pencils, my highly recommended eraser would be a kneaded eraser. A kneaded eraser would be a good tool for any artist because it can erase cleanly. You can make it into different shapes, so you can make it pointed so you can get into those highlights like that. It makes things easier. There are no smudges and weird residue right after you do that. And then a few weeks ago, I got this one. This is a 10-win mechanical, battery-operated rather, electric eraser. This is actually fun. I'll show you how to use this one. Example like this one. And then you feel na, I still need highlight pala. Example here. If you want to put yung highlight over there, instead of using this one, you just press this one. This is battery operated. See how easy you can add highlight with this one. And this is just cheap. It's around 100 plus lang. Comes with several attachments, so you can change this with a bigger eraser, and then it has refill. So I think this is a good buy also. Only drawback is not rechargeable. And if you haven't tried it yet, I hope you can find an aquarelle graphite. So this is actually a graphite pencil. This is a woodless graphite by Koh-i-Noor. What I like about this is that you can create different kinds of this is a watercolor paper. Always have watercolor paper at home so that you can see yung how you use this. So example, you're like doing shading like this and that. What's good with a woodless graphite, because you can use all of it to do the shading like that. Example, let's try to use most of this. So if you're like sketching, see, you don't even need a sharpener. Example, you're doing a quick sketch like this in red mechanical pencil, and then you want to shade the thing. So it's good for creating mga value studies like that. This is I think I'm not sure whether this is 2B or 4B. Not sure. The label got erased. So there. Sometimes we want yung non-sketchy feel for graphite. So you just need another tool. One tool that I actually like is this brush. You've probably seen this brush so many times. This is a very cheap brush. It's a synthetic golden Taklon. That's one thing that I would like you to try. Synthetic golden Taklon. This is just around 80 to 100 pesos. I got this in a pack of 5. So there are 5 brushes in a pack, around 300 to 400 pesos. Very good to have. I use it often. Plus, I love this end of the brush because you can use it to take yung indentation on paper. You can also use it for scratching and sgraffito. And it looks cool, right? It actually looks expensive, but it's not. Okay, so another thing that I have been using would be this. This is, I got this from Tokyo Finds. See that? So I use this for my water. More than often, I clean it. I usually clean it after painting with acrylic, gouache, watercolor. I have 2 of these. What I like the most is this one. So you just put it there, and then you can put the brush there. See? Nice. It's a brush rest also. You use it as a tandem. And then, when you paint, like this one, this is the water-soluble graphite. See that? You can easily create those values and grays. It dissolves beautifully. Of course, there are different brands for this. This one that I have is Koh-i-Noor Progresso, I think. Progresso Aquarelle. There. This is good. Usually when things are water-soluble, they darken when you add water. So always watch whenever you use things like this. See that? Beautiful, right? It's a good, practicing medium. Especially if you're drawing. Tas you want yung simple, simple feel of a wash. Without too much colors and pizzazz as colored watercolor. You just want things to be grayish and like that. So that's one thing that I would suggest you have. Graphite. And you can also, if you're starting with drawing, you don't need too much pencils. I would suggest you get the highest grade of B. Like this one. So for this is Carandash 9B graph wood. So this is one of my preferred lead graphite. Nice. Soft, and the wood is so good. Of course, other graphite that I would like you to try, if you're using just get the highest B. So you can have yung mga 10B, 9B, 8B, or 6B. The highest. And then just try to practice using the highest B pencil that you can get. Get the B pencil. Graphite. The standard, one standard that has been around would be a Castell 9000 or a Staedtler Mars Lumograph. So any of those. Recently, I have been using also yung Marco Renoir and Winsor & Newton na graphite. Everything is good with all those brands. You can never go wrong. Especially when you have these, you'll probably need to sharpen things up. So I suggest you get a sharpener. This one is Carandash, because I actually like this. It brings a smile to your face whenever you see it, right? And then it has these two sharpener over here, there. So for the bigger pencils and the smaller pencils, that's why I like using these. And it has this small container. This is comb sharpener. Of course, I have another sets of sharpeners with comb separate on my pencil cases. But since I'm at home most of the time, I don't use them. I use this more than often. A good sharpener also would be something like this. This is a Penguin, same brand as this one. This is a gift from my sister. What I like about electric sharpener, let's see if it works. You have two settings, a small and let's do the very sharp one. I have here's a pencil that I got. See that? Very sharp, very long pencil. And then this one, let's put into the other slot so you'll see the difference. There. So, what I like about this is that you can actually get two kinds of point in your pencil. A very long one, very short one. See? Very nice, no? I usually use that for colored pencils that are hard colored pencils. Usually for my Faber-Castell colored pencils whenever I do children's classes. There, fun. Use that. Or this one I got. This is a Deli sharpener. I always wanted to have a sharpener like this. Then you can also select the sharpness that you have. I always have mine in the pointed stage right there. Most of the pencils that I have are already sharpened because I sharpen them always. Example, this one. Wanted to sharpen this, just push it there, and then you sharpen away, and then when it releases, you're done. See? Beautiful sharpness. It's actually easier to sharpen with these kinds of sharpener. But if you're sharpening mga colored pencils, especially if you're using mga example, this one, this is a watercolor pencil. So these have softer lead. This one is a Prismacolor. I usually use a handheld sharpener because it's kinder for these kinds of things than the mechanical ones, because you can feel and then check it, the amount of lead and wood that's being chopped away. Jelly roll, white. I use this for almost everything, just in case you want to add a highlight, quick texture. Very easy to do, very easy to use. It's cheap. It's less than 50 pesos. It does the work if you want clouds, details on the dress of the thing that you're doing. Efficient and cheap. Sakura jelly roll. I've been using 10. You have 3 points for this, the fine, medium, and this one. I like using the 10 the most because it offers the biggest line. And I have also been using a cutter. This is also efficient if you just want a few part of the pencil. You can use it to sharpen the pencil that you have. You can use it for quick masking and doing things with washi tape. You can use it to cut your paper into size. But lately, more than often, I use this one to cut paper. This one. This is a We Are Memory Keepers trim and scoreboard. I use this because you can easily cut things without using a ruler. So example, I want to cut this in half. Example, this is a 9 by 6, so it's like 2 tools in one. I wanted to just cut this in half. So probably around 4.5 here. Don't have my my glasses with me. This is a fun, easy way to cut things. Yeah. So you don't need a ruler anymore if you have that. Very efficient. Another tool that I suggest that you get is to get a nice white ceramic plate like this one. I got this from a Japan surplus shop. I just added these foam things so that it doesn't move like that, so that it doesn't break whenever you mistakenly do this. It's easy to use for your watercolor palette instead of buying the plastic ones. This is easier to clean. The color stays better on the palette flat, and then you can see the colors better in comparison with a plastic plate. Get one of these. It's just cheap. I got this around 50 pesos yata. Very cheap. I've used this several times. Very efficient. And you can also use these. These ones are whiteboard. I use these for to masking to mount my art pieces. So example here, another tool that I would introduce to you is your masking tape. So masking tape I used to mount into the board. What I like about a board something similar to this is that when you use it, it's waterproof, it's cheap. This one is around parang 20 to 30 pesos only. Then the bigger ones are less than 100. So it could be your drawing board. You just need an easel or another surface to support it to have the angle. Okay, so you can either use a phone like that. This is just a phone holder to have the angle like this. So you can use different things to give it an angle. You can just put something under it, like the tape that you use, just for a small angle, especially if you're using watercolors. It's one of the nicest things. I also use an MDF board before, but I had a problem with the sizes that I had. That's why I didn't use it anymore. So I actually like that because it's black. The only problem is I can't get it from the bookstore anymore. I think they stopped giving that size. That's actually one of my go-to before. Next, art supply would be a permanent marker, fine permanent marker. Before I use Pilot. I use Pilot permanent marker, but this one is also very good. It's a Faber-Castell permanent 156. Has a thin stroke. I use this especially when I do drawing for kids. It's a good black marker. See that? Very cute. I use this for most of the drawings where I need a thick black line, and then I usually write over with or color it over with a water-based marker or pigment. It's easier to use. It's waterproof. It doesn't smudge. So, very good thing to have. That one. I also use that for teaching, to write things out like marker. You can easily see it on camera. It doesn't reflect on camera, which I really like. Oh, this one. This one is one of my I always wanted this one. This is something that I like using lately. This is a circle template. So this is a gift from a friend. This is a gift from a friend. There. I'm just using a scratch paper. Now, why do you need this? You don't actually need this. I just wanted it. So, it's a circle template. You can use anything on it. This is one of my favorite pen. This is a Pilot Juice pen, 0.7. So, I want you to see how I use this one. So, example, you just want small circles like this one, like there. Or a bigger one, there. Look at that, diba? Or you wanted circles. Example, this one. You want to circle like that, and then you move it a little bit. Then another circle. And another bit. Another circle. And another bit. Another circle. See that? It's actually hard to do this without a tool. And another fun way here is you can actually do a circle. Like example, this one. You have yung radius niya. So this is for 1. This is perfect for those people who likes doing yung mga mandalas. See? Easy to create mga concentric circles. Because I often do circles on my work. I like this one. And it's a gift. That's why I use it. I love this one. It's actually a gift because I asked someone to give it to me because this is not available here in the Philippines. And one thing also that I like was this one. This is very very ordinary, very cheap. It's a corner rounder. So if you're making postcards, just 4 clips from this, there you go. You have a very nice round corner. See? Also cheap. I like this one also. There. And if ever you're using your brush, you don't want them running around, you get one of these. A brush rest so that it doesn't move around. This one is from Oats DIY, the same person that did this one for me. Oh, thank you, Oats. One of my favorite Wait, here. See? It's made of resin. Beautiful, right? I had it to match my table. So, those are a few things that you probably can use in your art journey. Just regular things. Few things to try. Since we're doing this, I also wanted you to I wanted to say thank you for watching and then hanging out with me in my videos. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope these things would make your art journey happier and pleasant. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ian De Jesus, Ian DJ, RavenFox13, and see you again on the next video. Bye-bye!